do I ever get disappointed in my students in a jiu-jitsu competition? That is this week's question of the week. I am al-Aziz, the owner and head instructor of Semper Fortis Jiu Jitsu here in San Antonio, Texas. And I'm going to tackle this week's question of the week, which is, do I ever get disappointed in my students when they go to compete in a jiu-jitsu tournament? And the answer is yes, but not for the reason that you might suspect. So, the only time I'm ever disappointed in one of my students in a jiu-jitsu tournament, which is if they go in there and they show poor sportsmanship, which is, they do dirty tactics against their opponent, or they, whine, complain after the match, blame losing on the referee, on all kinds of other things, other than just accepting, hey, I lost, shaking their opponent's hand and thanking them for the match, and then getting ready for what's next. And I also look at the same as like when they win. I don't want to ever see my students do poor sportsmanship as far as taunting their opponent or disrespecting their opponent in any ways. Like, you should always honor your opponent who's come to give you a match when that opponent could have done 1,000 other things on competition day, but they came and honored you with a match, and you should show them honor and respect. So outside of that, poor sportsmanship. And another example would be like ghost tapping. Like you tapped, but the referee didn't see it, and then you try to deny it. I would be totally embarrassed by such a student, and that person wouldn't get to stay my student. Like there was a team a few years ago, I don't know if they still do it, but they would go to competitions, and if they didn't win gold, if they won silver or bronze, they'd make a big display of throwing those medals in the trash can. Like, oh, we didn't come here for silver medals or bronze medals. It's like, oh, come on, really? Because the reality of competition is that there could be 2,000 people at a competition. 50% of them are going to lose their very first match. That's just the simple math. And so anybody that competes, and competes for a long time, or any significant amount of time, and at a high level, is going to lose matches. As I lost a lot of matches as a white belt. I've lost a lot of matches over the years. I've won a lot of matches, and I've lost a lot of matches. And matter of fact, on our YouTube videos, I even have some of the matches that I won as a black belt, and some of the matches that I've lost as a black belt, including a match against Megaton Diaz, who just tore me apart. But I honor Megaton as well as all the other people that have competed against me, because I'm grateful that they stepped on the mats and tested me and gave me a chance to prove myself and see where I'm at, when I bring my A game against the best in the world. And I'm very grateful to every opponent. So that's the only situation in where one of my students would embarrass me, would be if they showed poor sportsmanship. Because in my book, if you step on the mats, you sign up for a tournament, you go out, you train, you go out there and compete, like you are a winner in my book, no matter how that match turns out, because you showed a great degree of courage just stepping on the mats to compete. Because it's an old saying about warriors. Warriors don't always win. Warriors are the ones that always step up to fight. And whether you're talking about in sports, combat sports, even, on the battlefield in the military, it's those people, whether you're on the winning side of the war or the losing side of the war, it's the people with the courage to stand up and fight. Not the people that criticize from a safe distance at home, or like what I find here on YouTube or social media, like people be typing in behind the safety of their keyboard, just talking mad garbage. Like, no, the honor and the victory is not with the keyboard warriors. The honor and the victory, win or lose, is with those warriors that step on the mats, give it their best. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. And whether you win or lose, you're in the same spot. You have to figure out, okay, what do I do next? What do I do next to be better? So I'm never embarrassed by my students losing, because I've lost, And that includes, like, if you go out there and just lose quickly or you just totally get dominated. That happens to people at all belt levels. I've seen some of the best competitors in the world, elite level black belts, go out there and just get dominated in a match. It happens. So I'm never disappointed or somehow feel like, oh, you let the school down if a student goes out there and loses. So like, I was at a competition all day today, coaching and cheering my students on, and we won some matches, we lost some matches. And I'm just as proud of my students that won as I am the students that lost, because they both showed great sportsmanship, which is so important to me. They both showed good Jiu Jitsu. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. And I'm proud of both, the ones that won and the ones that lost, because they had the courage to step on the mats, they gave it their best, and win or lose, they showed good sportsmanship afterwards. And we're going to go back to the drawing board, whether you won or you lost, and we're going to get even better for next time. So don't worry about, hey, you signed up for a competition, you got the team patch representing Semper Fortis Jiu-Jitsu, and you lost, and you somehow let us down. You didn't let us down. You gave it your best, and I'm proud of you for having the courage to actually stand up. And probably my favorite quote of all time is comes from Teddy Roosevelt, and he talks about the man in the arena. And this is to like all the keyboard warriors and all the other critics, because he talks about the critic. And I'll just read what Teddy had to say. And I understand my English ain't the best, so I don't need any comments down below about how my bad English is or my reading. So Teddy Roosevelt said, "It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who know neither victory nor defeat." And that was President Teddy Roosevelt. Couldn't say it better. It's not the critic who counts. It's the person that steps up to the challenge and gives it their best. And competition can be intimidating, but in no way am I ever disappointed in any of my students who go out there and compete. As long as you show good sportsmanship, and I'm as proud as can be, win or lose. So that's this week's question of the week. Got a question for next week? Feel free to fire below. But mad respect to all my students that competed today. I'm super proud of you. And whether we won or lost, we're going to be back on the drawing boards tomorrow, getting ready for the next tournament and the next competition or the next fight that we have. Because as warriors, we don't always win, but we always step up to the fight when there's a fight to be fought. All right. Ciao.